Hi guys, we're here at the premiere of Alita Battle Angel in London's Leicester Square. This evening, two incredible, iconic directors will be here because they both worked on the film.
You're going to follow the journey of a young woman into womanhood, and she's going to kick everybody's ass. It's real simple.
He started the script and then kind of made 100 pages, got a little bit distracted with Avatar, and then Robert Rodriguez came along and said, mate, let me help you out. So he started to make the film.
He was very generous. I could write him an email in the middle of the night. He'd send back a long answer that would be like masterful and would teach you so much.
Rosa, who's the star of the film, Rosa Salazar, is such a badass.
It's a nice way to represent to young girls of all ethnicities and young boys that this is the new normal.
So yeah, this is the premiere, and make sure you don't support the movie because it is pretty epic.
I do not stand by in the presence of evil.
She is threatening the natural order of things.
The story works on every level. I'm a skeptical and grumpy and cantankerous person, and it convinced me on my first reading.
You and Rosa had loads of fun, and you two seem to have a real chemistry now. Have you become great friends, and what is it about her that makes her a great Alita?
We did the same thing, you know. The secret of getting along with other people is doing the same thing and going forward, making sense together.
I love her because I saw the movie The Maze Runner and I love her since then.
You play this incredible character, Alita, who goes on this journey in the film. She feels so insignificant. I'm wondering, what journey did you go on personally playing this character?
Oh my God, it was quite cathartic. Obviously, Alita goes from a young girl to a woman. All of you here standing in front of me went on that journey, and you know how harrowing that journey can be. So I experienced quite a bit of catharsis playing this role, going back to that journey, realizing how much of a hero all of us are for even surviving it. So that was quite a gift.
Also, I think it's really incredible, especially at a time right now with Me Too, Time's Up, to see another Latin incredible actress in a leading role. Rosa, how does that feel? You must feel really happy about it.
Isn't it nice? It's a nice little change. It's a nice way to represent to young girls of all ethnicities and young boys that this is the new normal. This is how we're going to do it from now on. If I had, you know, some representation up there, maybe it would have been easier for me to go, I can do that too, and I wouldn't have had to struggle for the years that I did struggle.
I do not stand by in the presence of evil.
It's like a fan dream, to be honest. Like, I'm flabbergasted that right now that I get to see this straight up. I literally made fan art for this.
I made this movie because when I acquired the rights to it, my daughter was 7. I wanted to make something that would give her a sense of confidence and empowerment that she could invest in. Of course, now she's 27 and she loves it. She, you know, bleep loves it.
Listen, I'm so very excited about this film. I feel like, I don't know how you and James didn't argue it out. How did it actually work? Because he handed it over to you, I know this. Did he keep butting in? What happened?
Oh yeah, no. He wanted me to go make it my movie, but I definitely wanted to make it more of a Jim Cameron movie because I love Jim Cameron films. This script was so wonderful that I really tried to learn how he did it so I could make it like him. And he was very generous. I could write him an email in the middle of the night. He'd send back a long answer that would be like masterful and would teach you so much. So he was a great help.
You're a real supporter of women, both of you are. You always put women in such iconic roles, and also Latin women. Rosa was just saying it's so important for her. Me Too, Time's Up. I think you lot were ahead of your time. As directors, seeing this movement, how important is it to see how it's moved forward?
Well, you know, this movie's so great in that anyone could relate to it. But if you're, and I used to say that about movies with Hispanics too, like Spy Kids or Desperado. It's like anybody could watch these movies and find them entertaining. But for those who like are Hispanic or are women, it means even more to them. So, like, I think the key is to do that. Take a character like this. Even I could relate to this character. She's a 13-year-old little girl. It's because the story is so universal. Anyone can relate to her because it's so real. You know, someone who feels like they're insignificant but actually could find a power to change the world. Anybody could relate to that. So finding something that's really relatable that anyone can tap into is great, and then it's a bonus to those who are either minorities or females.
Absolutely. Oscar nominations quickly. Excited, Spy Kids, how do you feel?
Okay, absolutely, yeah, very, very excited for sure.
And if you win?
Oh, I don't know, we'll see.
Good luck.
There should be more Latin Americans in the film. I say, go Latin Americans!
James, I came down from Portsmouth and I'm excited to see the visual world that they've all created and escape to it.
How does it feel? Everyone's going to get to finally watch it.
You know, this is our dream come true. We make movies to share them with people. I'll go into this theater tonight and people will be watching the screen and I'll be watching the people because they are the true art form.
John, I love your relationship with James and with Robert. I feel like you're like kids in a sweet shop. This film, though, the science fiction, the story, how difficult and exciting was it to put it together?
You know, no movie is easy, but the bigger the challenge, the more exciting it is to do. And when you get to collaborate with Robert Rodriguez and Jim Cameron, and I'm truly meaning a collaboration, we worked hand in hand with each other day in and day out, hours and hours, to realize this movie with a singular vision of what it should look like.
Do you realize that scientists have been talking about this technology and they've been saying in 20, 30 years from now, we are going to have the choice of buying super robotic arms or legs? It's so ironic that you put something like this out at the same sort of time. What are your thoughts on how relevant it seems to be with what people are actually talking about in science right now?
Well, when we talk about science, I had a very touching moment today with a company called Open Bionics, where we gave 2 Alita Berserker arms to a young girl named Tilly, who needed prosthetic arms. And she now has hands that can work, where science is providing them.
Wow.
So we're talking about, you know, art often imitates life. This is life imitating art. And we had her here on the red carpet tonight. She didn't know she was coming to the premiere.
I thought so.
And I just, if we can do that and affect one life, forget what we do on the screen. Forget what we do for an audience. We've touched somebody's life and changed their life. And that's
awesome. Avatar 2.
Avatar 2.
Talk to me, I'm excited.
Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're in production on all of them. It's going extremely well. We've been capturing performances. We're done with that, but we've been doing it not just on land like we did last time. We're doing it in a 500,000-gallon water tank, below the water, above the water. Phenomenal cast, and we're going to take people to a whole new emotional journey in a visually new world.
I'm not your daughter. I don't know what I am.
I do. You're the most advanced weapon ever.
But that's just a shell. It's not bad or good. That part's up to you.